All right, so in this problem, we actually needed to know the answer from the last one. And it was, he runs at 10.35 meters per second. Okay, so we have that information. It says, suppose he runs the 400 meters at the same average speed that he ran the 200 meters. How long would it take him to run the 400 meters? Round your answer to the nearest hundredth of a second. Let me just tell you right now, those instructions, round your answer to the nearest hundredth of a second, that's really important when you're doing big ideas, because if you round it to the nearest whole number, they're going to count it wrong. Or the nearest tenth, or, you got to make sure that you get put in the right answer. So pay close attention to those. All right, so we've got our distance equals rate times time again. And this time we're looking for time. It's asking how long. And his distance is 400 meters, and his rate is 10.35 meters per second times t. Well, if I divide both sides by 10.35, we will get our time. So 400 divided by 10.35 gives us 38.6, and if I'm rounding, 38.65 seconds. Okay? All right. I think that's all I have for you. Oh, this is just some common problem-solving strategies you can use. This is also in the book. One of the things that I have found works really, really well is to draw a picture. I draw pictures a lot when I'm solving real-life problems, but making a table, that's another one that's really helpful. Guess, check, and revise. Look for a pattern, work backward. That's another one that you can do. Okay. So one last one. I want you to try this. So go ahead and, I forgot to set my clock this time. Go ahead and pause and give this a try. Okay, so you thought the balance in your checking account was $68. So I'm going to do a pretend checking account. So here's my something's here written here, I did that on 9/2, and my balance is $68. When your bank statement arrives, you realize that you forgot to record a check. The bank statement lists your balance as $26. So something happened in here. There is a check in here. Write and solve an equation to find the amount of the check that you forgot to record. Well, if I wrote a check right here and I'm down to $26, it means that 68 minus whatever the amount of that check was is going to give me $26, right? I had $68, I wrote a check, I don't know how much, but I know I got $26 left. So I know that 68 minus the check is going to give me $26. And I can replace the word check with X. And if I subtract both sides by 68, I have negative X equals, I shouldn't need my calculator for this, but I'm going to use it anyway. I get negative 42. So X equals 42. So the amount of my check was $42. But as you can see, I kind of drew a picture. I wrote out a fake checking, register. So that kind of thing really helps me. Okay, so here's your homework. If you want to do it by hand and then put it on big ideas, go ahead and write this down. Otherwise, this assignment is already in big ideas. These numbers, I put these numbers in it So you don't have to go through and look at the ones, they're all in there. And if you've ever seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, this is the scene where they're balancing to see if the lady's a witch. I don't know if you remember that, but that's what I always think of when I think of a balance. So if you've got questions, you know how to get a hold of me.